friendly as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight, mixing colors day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here, and I am back for another crafty video. So, as it's Finish It Friday, we are going to finish the folio that I was making, which is got the impossible fold on it. If you haven't seen the beginning of this and how to make this impossible fold, I will link the video in the description and you can find it and make it from there. So what I'm going to do today is finish this off. So I do have a few bits to hand like normal, but it is slightly different in that I have got some stuff that I have deliberately made and stuff that I've found that would go nicely with it, and I've kind of turned it into kind of an agent file, so you know they could carry it around with them and, like, you know, expose all the secrets that they might lose if they lost it. So I've made this little so this is going to go in the front of here, and this is a mission brief, okay, and it's all been over stamped with everything. So it says Agent Delta 49 is to rendezvous with Agent Bravo 37 in Broome, Western Australia, latitude 17.96818 S, that's south, longitude 122.2370 east. Here B37 will provide details of suspect's current location and recent movements. For the duration of this mission, your pseudonym is Charles (Charlie) Draper, an art dealer working on behalf of Cavendish, Balfour and Stansfield Art Emporium of Chelsea, London, England. Your documents, passport and currency will be available to collect from headquarters from 1300 hours tomorrow, in brackets, that's Tuesday the 17th of July 1957. Expenses will be paid in the usual manner. Details of your safe house have already been provided to your assistant. We wish you every success in your mission, Delta 49. Safe travels. The Red Gatekeeper, and the signature. So that's so that's what I'm going to put in there. So that is the thing that I typed up. Now I obviously typed it up without you guys, because like nobody wants to watch me type with my two fingers, etc. So I am going to just ink around this to give it a bit more authenticity. Well, you know, we know what we mean by authenticity. I mean, like, not authentic in the slightest, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish this off. So I had some ideas that I wanted to do, but as you are very well aware, I did have to stop the video because I ended up with a migraine. So and I am pleased to say that has passed. Still a bit of a niggle of it, but you know, what can we do? We just have to get on with what with our lot, don't we? And like, although they're pretty strong migraines that I get, I don't let it defeat me because I don't have enough time to have any downtime. So yeah. So anyway, I'm better than I was, and I will, you know, be okay for the duration of the video at least. So we are going to finish this off. So this is going to go, I wanted this kind of stuck down inside here, so we're going to have that kind of stuck in there, kind of. I mean, definitely, not kind of. It's definitely going to be stuck in there, not in any other format, it's going to be stuck. So it's not kind of then, is it, Dave? Yeah, it's definitely stuck. Because kind of implies that it's only, I don't know, to me it's got a question mark over something. If you kind of do something, you either do something or you kind of do something, or you don't do something at all. So anyway, shut up, Dave. Get on with it. Get on with the program. All right then, I will. So that's going to go in there. So a little bit wonky, but never mind. It's old. It's an old document. So that's going in there. And then, I know what I wanted to do. I put this out because I wanted to make one of those little pockets, the slot pockets that I have. So I thought I'd make a slot pocket. Now I need my anywhere holy thing. Do I want my anywhere? No. Let's use the thingy. The crocodile, sorry. The thingy. You know what I meant. So, you've seen me make these a million times, so I'm sure nobody needs to know how to do it, but I'm just going to go through it anyway, because there are some new people around. So, I'm drawing a line across it as to where I want the pockets to be. So they're going to be quite close together. I'm just using the width of the ruler as my guide. I think I'm only going to have 2 slot pockets in it. I want them to be about half an inch away from the maybe half an inch. I want it to be about 1/4 of an inch. Now I'm not going to bother measuring it because I'll just put the guide on here. So we want about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge, and we want to put that slot that hole right smack bang in the middle of that line, like that. And then we do another one here, like that. And we turn it round and we do it again on the other side, smack bang in the middle, like that. Oh, well, that wasn't quite in the middle, but you never know. I mean, never mind. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? So that's those, and then all we're going to do is we're going to cut out either side of that line so that it gives us that nice slot that we want. So we're going to use blade for that. We're going to cut out that side, and then we're going to cut out this side, and that will leave us with that nice slot pocket that we all love so much. That has that real air of vintage about it. So there you go, it's a slot pocket. I think it gives it that kind of, you don't see them used very often these days, so I think they're kind of used in folios that are made to look old, rather than in new things that are meant to be new. So there we go, that's the other one. So I'll just take that out, and there you go. We've got that nice slot pocket that we're looking for, and I think I'm going to have that on here. Now I think I might actually round the bottom of that. Again with the same steep roundedness of that, the curvature that mirrors that on there. Yeah, we're going to have that on there. So let's again just kind of ink it a little bit, just around the edges. And at the top, and obviously I'll rub out the pencil mark that you can still see either side, which is here. There, under there, and we'll put a little bit of ink on in the slot. So I'll just use the pointed bit of my, what's this called? I was going to say broom. It's not a broom. That's because I've read broom out the corner of my eye that I've just said about Broome, Australia. I think that's how it's pronounced. I may be wrong. If you are Australian, please tell me if I am pronouncing it incorrectly. It's a small town. I just looked up some, quiet, sleepy little places in the world, and it was one of the things that came up. because I wanted the longitude, the latitude and longitude of it as well. And so that latitude and longitude of it is apparently factually correct. So, well, according to Google it is. So I'm just going to go round the edge of this pocket. Oh dear Dave, that's not very straight, is it? There. Pop that on there. That's our slot pocket, and in there, oh, I'll tell you what, you know those things that I made in, oh, I can't remember what video it was now, a couple of videos ago, 2 or 3 videos even ago, those little things that I made, the little tags and stuff, I could put some of those in there, couldn't I? Maybe not that big. Maybe that one. Will that go in there? Oh, that'll go in there. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? And then we've got that one. Well, it's the same size. We don't want to go for the same size, do we? Boring. Boring. Sorry, just open that little pocket up at the top there. There we go. A couple of things in there. We might keep those out. Might fill that some other space with that. So we put the pocket in. We didn't have anything to go. Haven't made anything to go behind it. So maybe we should make a little tag. That's way too little, Dave. Too little. Too little. Too late. Too taggy. Too taggy. Dave, shut up, Dave. You're just talking now. You're just making sound for the sake of it. Oh, there you go. That's perfect. In fact, that would be perfect. I might just trim it down a little bit because I don't think there's enough space otherwise. Let's take this edge off because it's less interesting. So we'll put on, rather than making it specifically a tag. I don't know. We might make it specifically a tag. So yeah, so we'll make this into a tag shape. Cut that off there, and then flip it over. Doopy 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 doo, be doo doo, doo 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 doo. So that will go. Should, fingers crossed. That might be a tiny bit tight. Okay, in which case then, to make it right, I'm going to have to cut a bit off either side, otherwise we're going to have a weird shaped tag, aren't we? So I'll cut a bit off there, and a bit off this side as well. There we go. So it's quite a slim tag, but never mind. So that can go in there. Oh, lovely. Yeah, perfect. In fact, I'm going to make a hole in it because I'm so happy with it. I'm going to make a hole in it. I'm going to use the tip of this to make it look like it's got a reinforcer on it. So pop that on there. Put it in a twist. Or maybe twist a bit more. There you go, and we'll do the other side as well. Cool. So that's the whole reinforcer done. We will give it a bit of a bit. That's what we'll give it. Absolutely, absolutely, Dave. You struggle getting your words out, why don't you? If you can hear noises in the background, it's my neighbour. She's obviously in the room that adjoins this one, so she's got a mirror image house of mine, so, and she's obviously in there doing stuff, so that's what it'll be. It's not me. I'm not throwing my voice or my weight around either. So put that on like that. What shall we do? What should we do with the drunken sailor? What should we do with the drunken concealer. What should we do with the concealer early in the morning? Let's stamp it with something. We'll stamp it with something, maybe. Let's stamp it with maybe this. Yeah, these two actually. That. Oh, hang on, what's that? Let's stamp it with. Maybe stamp it with that, and we will stamp it in. Let's go green, maybe. That's blue, Dave. Blue and red. Where is the green? Oh, it's there. We'll do. Oh, squeaky. So pop that maybe that way up like that. Is that going to go in the middle? Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere at the city where the air is down. Yep. Oh, that's good. I like that. Yes. I like. Oh, there's no chance of me getting them back in there. Right? So maybe have. Yeah, maybe have that at the bottom. Oh, yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. That's a yes, definitely. Now, they were just cheap stamps from Amazon. I guess they've come from, like, AliExpress or somewhere like that. But just, I got them directly from Amazon, so. So, I think maybe in there we should have, maybe, ooh, knock everything over. Maybe we should knock everything over. Maybe we should have one of these. Which one? This one. So we will put an embossing stamp on here. Do I have? Yeah, that's fine. So emboss that. Cool. Yep. And then we'll just highlight that. We'll try and highlight that. There we go. Cool. Coolio. That can go with Vario. That's excellent. We like that. We might have a little stamp again. Let's have a bit of private and confidential on here. So, oh, hello. That's not what I meant to do, Dave. I thought there was a lid on it and there wasn't. So. Private and confidential. Excellent. So, then I thought if we had maybe this as like a little opening out writing space on there, in which case we need something to keep it closed. We need closure. We need closure. It's been said. So, do I have? I just want a little bit of something. There's always a little bit of something that we want, but do we have a little bit of anything? Or even a lot of something? Dave, you're just talking nonsense. Shut up. Give it a break. 5 minutes. Although, now is not the time to be shutting up, is it? When I'm doing a video. So, now is the time to be talking. So, oh, this. Maybe this. So, this is left over from those little label things that I did the other day. Maybe we should do, yeah, maybe I should cut this out and use a nice bit, that's got a nice bit of interest on it. Oh, hello. Let's use that. Pink around the edge of there. Lovely. So, pop that on there. Yeah, we'll use that. I think we'll have a staple. I should have some rusty staples in my stapler. In fact, we might have a little something else on it. I don't know what the little something else is. We'll just make a little something. We'll rip something. No, let's go that way, Dave. You're making it too hard for yourself otherwise. And we'll put something on there. I don't know, a number or something. Just to give it a bit of interest, let's use a bit of this. This stamp is a bigger stamp, but you won't be able to see what it says. It'll just be, there you go. Excellent. Just to add some interest to it. Where's my thing? There. There's my thing. It's there. And then it's just ink round it. And then we'll staple that to the middle of there. If I can get my fingers in there. There you go. Yep, rusty staple. Excellent. So we'll use that to kind of just keep that closed. We will ink around the edge of this though to make it look a little more in keeping with the rest of it. So what I'm trying to do is create a little bit of a, like a case file thing, as though it's been used in a, you know, a thing. Oh, Dave. A case. A mission. So like a mission file. So, and then we can put that on. Maybe, oh no, I'm going to leave it blank. I was going to stamp on it, but I think I'm going to leave it blank actually. So we want that way round, like that, and we're just going to glue that down. In fact, we're just going to press down, we're just going to press those staples flat. Maybe not with that, because that's not helpful. There you go. This is what I need, something flat. Just so it doesn't stick out quite so much. And pop that on there like that. We're going to glue that down, and it'll just be lifted off enough to be able to get our tab underneath it. Because the staple's there, so it'll just flip open, and it does. Excellent. So it's obviously still wet glue though, so I have to be careful of that. So we'll have that where? On there. I think we'll have it. Should we have it there? Yes, I believe that is the right place. Do I want to make it into something else as well? No, I'm going to glue it fully down. Didn't know whether I was going to have it as a pocket or something, but no, we're just going to glue it fully down. Put that on there. That covers that barcode nicely, which makes it less old looking with a barcode on it. So okay, so what, oh, I know, so I found this bit of a map. So this is a bit of Australia, and it's Western Australia, which is the reason that the story was created around this bit of map, which I thought I'm going to put in, but I want to give it a bit of an older look to it, so I'm going to colour the edges and maybe colour down that whiteness of the map. So I don't even know whether Broome is actually on here. If it is called Broome, please tell me if I'm saying that wrong. You know, I don't want to be offending anybody. I know it's got a picture of a world on the back, but in fact I think, oh yeah, I found this piece of paper that was obviously going to be used for something, and I thought, does that fit on there? Oh, it does. Lovely. So we're going to have that on there. We're going to stick the map to that so that we don't have to worry about the thing on the back of the map. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it as that. So I'm just going to glue all of the edges down, make sure that they're kind of glued, because that's the bit that will kind of peel up. Kind of peel up. Stop saying kind of. It's not kind of. It is. It's going to peel up. So it's nice when you find bits that you've kind of had for other occasions. I've said kind of again, didn't I? I think I'm only driving myself mad though, aren't I? So, that you've had for other things and then you didn't use, then you find a use for them, because that is just the most delicious thing to do. So that's the smooth that out. And what I was thinking is I'm going to have that in there, kind of glued, sort of glued in there, and maybe have it as folded. Maybe have it folded so that it so that it's who's being driven more mad, me or thee? So just want to see if I can stop it. Yeah, so like that's his mission map, or her mission map, I guess. Although Mr. Charlie would be definitely male, sorry, wouldn't he? So yeah, I'm going to ink this over because we want it to be we don't want it to be really new looking. I don't want to put too much on, so I could do with something to brush it off on. My board, there you go, that'll do. Want of something else. I'd like it to have a little bit of, maybe I'm definitely going to colour that fold, same with that one there. I want to get that coloured, so I'm going to fold it the other way so it sticks out so that I can colour it, and then I'm going to put it back. Doesn't have to be really an innie fold is less prominent than an outie fold anyway. So there you go. So that's going to go in there, but also I'd like to kind of fold it a few other times so it looks like it hasn't been folded correctly a couple of times. Well, I could do with there you go, that's it. Do with that to emphasise that. And with there. Just pinch it, just rub a bit on. There we go. It's got folded. Maybe another one across the middle of it. Oh, and my thing's now escaped. Oh gosh, where have you gone? There you are. So we're going to have this stuck in here. Again, I want this bit a bit more colourful. We are going to just go over it a little bit generally on the map. Oh, I know what we could use. We could use one of our old things, couldn't we? No, that's linen. Where's the old one? Is it that one? Is that the one that's the old one? No, that looks like, I don't know, is it old? Anyway, we'll just kind of go over it a bit, give it a bit of added interest. Looks like I've added more terrain to the map. I didn't mean to do that, but sorry, Australia, if you've suddenly, like, you know, become more mountainous, apologies. So, I'm going to pop that in there. We're going to glue it down on this bit. I've got a space then to journal on. I might use, oh yeah, I will definitely use that, but I'll glue it down first. Right, I'll glue it down that way. Okay, so next door's dogs are now kicking off, as they do when I'm doing a video usually. So I'll pop this into here so it sits nicely in that fold there, and then what we'll do is we'll open it up and we'll get some of the gummed tape. Oh, it's getting dicey using that. Do have some other stuff somewhere. Do have some more of, but like not the old stuff. It's not old, this one. It's just the same gum tape. It's just not an old version of it. So what I'll do is I'll tear this one down. Will I? Yes, I will. I'll use the width of the ruler. And I'll go right to the end. Tear it off. And then we'll put that on there. And we'll just tear that down a bit. I need to tear it down a little bit more. We'll ink the edges of this. In fact, we'll kind of just dirty this one down as well. So yeah, apologies for last time when I was working on this. It was becoming a long video, and also my migraine had really started to kick in. And normally I can just push through it, but I just could not. So, but you know, I'm sure you forgive me, because we can't help it, can we? We get these things that happen to us, and then it affects us. So yeah, you can tell that I'm getting a migraine normally because I have a bit of a giddy period. Right, I'm going to lick this. I'm going to be very brave. Taking one for the team. Hang on. I will tell you now, it tastes vile. So, just in case you wondered. So that's going to go there. That's the mission file. I might need to score it with a thing to make it stay. I mean, it'll stay eventually because like it'll be flattened in the book soon. But there we go. Yeah, cool, excellent. So the other things I've got, right? Let's have a bit of a tidy up. So other things I've got is please don't say that was I think I was supposed to be using that, wasn't I? Yes, I think I was. Do you know what we're gonna do then? We're gonna make it look like it's supposed to be like that. We're gonna round these corners. Can I round that corner? I can. We will ink it because we can, and we should. And we're going to cover that hole up, and you'll never know it was even there because we're going to do something similar to what we did with the other piece. Alright, it's here, where I punched out a hole from here like that, and we will ink it again. Maybe go a bit more inky so it doesn't look like the same, exactly the same piece. And we'll stick that over there. Yep, we'll just kind of stick it so that it's got a bit of a U shape, and then we can use it as a tuck. Pop that down, and then we will turn this into, let's take a snip it out to the top. We'll ink that as well, and then we'll turn that into a pocket. So, and there we go. Pop that on there, and then we've got that as a little pocket as well, and we will put a number on that. He says I'll use it, just let's use some ground espresso. Well, that's not going to help because that's completely used, so let's use that one. Which way up are they? That's that way, yeah. Okay. Add some interest. Give this a. Will that fit on there? Yeah, well, we'll give that a colour. So my obsession one of my other obsessions, obviously, is because, like, you know, like this is my only obsession, not, is collecting old office stamps. So there we go. That's brilliant. That's the way I wanted it. That's why I stamped it off, because I wanted it to look a bit aged. So I was thinking, maybe we have. Oh no, I've got these two. Like that. So I was going to have them like that. So there's two little pockets. I'm going to glue this one to that one. There we go, we can pop that on there. Can we? You say we can, but can we? Oh, I should have, you know what I should have done before I do that? Let's ink it, Dave, because you can't do it afterwards. Well, it definitely needs inking, doesn't it? We know that. So this is the one that goes on the outside because it's got lots of stuff on it. I'm just going to put a few dabs of something over it. So it just adds to the authenticity of it. You know me and authenticity. There we go. Hand in hand, skipping off down the park. So you're not going to see all of those marks because it's going to be covered by the pocket, but I also want to just catch that edge because otherwise you'll see that. So that one sticks to that. We'll do that again. Down there. Across the bottom. Stick it on again this time. Get it right. And then we've got an outer pocket and an inner pocket. And we'll pop that. Where should we put that one? Put that one there. Where's that one? What's going to go there? Maybe we'll put it that way round. Yeah. So again, this is a pocket, so it's just going to be the three sides. Don't know what's going on with my voice, but it's only got raspy. I could sing Total Eclipse of the Heart now, like Bonnie Tyler. Turn around, and every now and then I get a little bit terrified. I think that's the word. And then I've got another one here, which I was going to turn into another pocket. So maybe have this one on here. Is that the back of there? Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll have that on there. We've already inked that one. So again, these were just some coffee dyed cardboard that I'd got that I've stamped with some like writing stamps and put a blob of ink on it. So there's that. And then we have every now and then I get a little bit terrified. It's singing again. Me and singing. Does anybody think I could? That's going to go on there. That's another little open out thing for a bit of writing on. We're going to pop that on there. We'll glue that down. Didn't ink that one, but that's fine. Yep, like that. Okay, so that's done. This needs something, but I also thought then we could put some, equipment. Not equipment. It's not equipment, Dave. Get a grip. That's too thick. can't use that. Stop it, Dave. Right, let's use... Oh, well, you see, this is the reason why you put the lid on things. Then you don't put your knuckle in it. Knuckling down. Or maybe... Oh, let's have a look. Maybe we do it as another slot pocket, but the other way around this way. This time. So I'm going to just kind of guesstimate mark this. So I want that line to continue. Get me cutter. Get yourself together and in order. So that's going to go all the way up there. Cool. And then we're going to cut that off at that mark, and hopefully it will be straight. I'm going to cut that off, the actual thing itself, you know, the mark that I made, and then we'll do another load of slots, and we will do it which is the more interesting side? Always go for the more interesting side. Dave, honestly. So just gonna put a line, so that's an inch from the bottom, and then if we go again, I think we're just going to go for 2 slots. This time I think we'll have it a bit closer in, so we'll change this and change it to, which one? Shall I use a bigger hole this time? Yeah, we're going to go for a bigger hole, and we're going to go an inch in. We're going to go hole there, and hole there, and then hole there, and hole there. Cool. We will cut the middle line out and then rub the other ones out. So cut it out and rub it out. Oh, Dave, don't do that, Dave. Don't throw blades. No knife juggling on this channel. That and that. Da-da. Huzzah. Size of an elephant. I don't know why. It's just random stuff that's in my brain, and I'd love to tell you why it's there and where it came from, and I don't have the answer for either of those 2 questions, so we just accept it and we move on. I am what I am. Don't sing that as well now, Dave. Enough. Right, I'll move these things out of the way. Move sharp things out of the way. That's where it's more likely to go wrong. So another slot pocket, and I will ink down the middle as well. And there, and there. Oh, I'll crease it as well. And then shall I round? I don't know. You know what? I'm only going to do one side, which is the that's the way up. Yep. I'll do that end, but not the other. And then I shall get some more. Stop doing. They are lovely inks. They're just the contraption drives me insane, because I can't close it and I can't open it in enough time. I think I'm going to take a snippet out of here, and then we'll have like 3 pockets, but like just a different style one on the front edge. go. Let's just move that out of the way for a minute. So that's going to go on there. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Again, just glue around the three sides. On there. And then we can have these. So these are actual old tickets that I bid on eBay a long time ago. Haven't really used. Gonna just mottle them up a little bit, make them look a bit older. Just roll my ink thing around it, make me all inky as well. Again on this one. And again we're just gonna roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it. So I'll have that. Oh, let's go in there. Let's go there. Oh. Try not to come out the other hole, Dave. There we go. In there. And in there. Again, just try not to hang out completely. In fact, we're just going to tear it there, I think. And that way then it'll sit in better. Yep, that's better. And then we've got another couple of tickets here. So I've got these, which I thought we could kind of just put in like this. Put that in there. I did have another colour of them. Oh, definitely had another colour, but where that has gone, I do not know. I had a yellow one as well. Did it go over here? No, it didn't go there. Oh, it's there, it is. I found it now. Dave, don't just dip it in the ink. It has to have some ink on it. Cool, and we'll pop those in there as well. Oh, let's put a bit of ink on the back. Oh, come on. There we go. So, do we have something on every panel now? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Do I want anything in there? Maybe have a pocket in there. So just, oh, let's use a bigger divot. Who you call it a divot? You divot. Rub that pencil mark out, because that's the bit that we cut off from last time, unless I didn't want to use it. So round that corner at the bottom. Ink this up nicely in that groove. There. Down the bottom. And we can stick that down. Probably should have stamped something on it before I did this, but you know, here we are. Pop that on there. We are where we are with this, so could do with something to stamp on it. What should we stamp on it? What have we got here? Let's stamp this on it. Get an acrylic stamp block out. What colour should we do that in? Blue, maybe? that nice blue, that nice indigo that I've got. That one. It's not called indigo. What's it called? Twilight. Is this going to be too wide? Oh no, it's not. Oh no, that's perfect. Oh, I did go a little bit wide, but never mind. And that's fine. Didn't get a whole stamp, and that is absolutely beautifully achieved. With no, just going to randomize these. With no effort on my part. And we'll stamp this with a nice thing. There we go. And do I feel like I need something in there? I think I'm just going to have a piece of plain coffee dyed paper. I'll say plain, it's not plain, is it? It's coffee dyed. Or there's this, oh actually there's this bit. Let's use that bit, because that's a piece that has been previously used and it's about to finish it Friday, so we are going to make it look like it's got something on it. Again, we'll just stamp it with something that looks a little bit writing-y. Pop that back on there. It's a bit big, that block. I was going to say that feels a bit small, but it's fine. It's fine. And we will do this. I don't know what that is and what it says. Do I care? Well, I do care, obviously. It's not about not caring. I'm going to do this in black though this time. It's not about not caring, it's about does it matter, more to the point. Oh, I've got it on my finger. And we're going to stamp that up there. That's fine. Don't have to have it all because you're not going to see it all. How much are you going to see? There you go, you're not going to see much of it at all actually. So we will ink this down as well. Make it look like it's been folded like that for a while. Where's that other one? Is that the tea dye that I have? Yeah. Gives it a bit more grubby looking. Is that definitely tea dye? It is definitely tea dye. It had a that made me think it was the rusty patina, not rusty patina. Rusty hinge. Rusty hinge? I don't even know whether that's right either. So let's do that as well. Maybe fold that over so it looks a bit crumpled. Maybe do it this way actually. Stick that in there. Oh Dave, don't say it doesn't go in. Does it go in? Please go in. You're not going to go in, are you? So we'll have to refold. It's alright. It's alright. We're fine. We're crafters. We can make do with anything, can't we? So we'll re-colour that bit. Go into there a bit so you can't see it. And then we will ink this bit. And that can go in there. Hopefully it'll go in this time. Get them fingers crossed, folks. Oh, it does. It might never come out again, but hey. But there we go. So, that, let's just push that in a bit further. I can get it in. Oh, I think it's stuck. That's why. It's stuck in the middle. Oh no, it's not going to go in now. So there isn't enough inertia. There we go. A bit further down than it was. That's fine. We are happy. So I'm just going to have a tidy up and then we'll have a look at what we did. So just bear with. Okay, so there we go. It is finished. I have decided I'm going to tie it with a bit of string. So that's the reason why the string's here. This is what we have made. So I might have to put something on the front. I don't know yet. So we've got in here, we've got our mission brief. We've got a little thing for tickets and tucks and things. A journaling spot. Then we've got another tuck for tickets and stuff. We've got this little open out memorandum thing. We've got a little pocket here. We've got a pocket behind here and an envelope. We then have 2 pockets here, a journaling spot, a little pocket here, a fold out journaling space here. We've got a fold out map, and then we've got some information in here. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you like it and you found it interesting. I thought I would then kind of just wrap it because, you know, it's utilitarian. It's got to be practical, hasn't it? So it's just going to be wrapped up with mission for the mission notes. I don't know why that loops there. I think that loops there because it got knotted there. So, and then we're just going to tie it up. Yeah, it's a tangled knot. It's not a knot that I have created. And there we go. So that's our mission pack. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, there's one way to tell me. You can give me a thumbs up. You can make a comment. I would love you to subscribe. And you can share it with friends and family and anybody you like, really. Strangers, I don't care. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. My name's Dasher Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I'll see you in the next mission. Alright, take care. Bye for now. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.